today we're going to start from a standing pose at the front of your mat. So let's bring our feet hip distance apart, really relax. So spread out your toes, really press down into your feet, lift up your knees. Feel your hip bones lifting up towards your rib cage, but your spine coming down long down the back, shoulders relaxed. You can bring your hands into your prayer position or wherever feels good. And just take a moment, your head lifting away from your shoulders, to inhale. Feel it fill your whole body. And exhale through your mouth and arrive in the moment. Let's do that again. So inhale. And exhale. Arrive in your body. Let go of anything else happening today or yesterday or tomorrow. Just come into this time. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Alright, let's release those hands, and we're going to take some shoulder rolls just to release in. So lifting up the shoulders, rolling them down the back, making those circles, moving with your breath. Feel your breath in your chest, your belly, your nose, wherever you can feel it. And reverse your circles. Alright, lift your shoulders up towards your ears, drop them down straight, long spine. Alright, lift your arms up. You can clasp your hands together, you can press your palms upwards, whatever you want. Maybe just clasp holding your palms together. And we're going to use a little side stretch. So reach over to one side, really planting down evenly into both feet, into both hips, and just lifting up and out of your hips to reach sideways. And the other way, through center as high as you can, reaching up and away. Hips staying parallel to the floor, staying straight. Just lifting up and out, really finding the length in the side body. You can add any movements that you want. You can add anything that you feel like your body needs at any time. Alright, coming back to center, lift up one more time. And then maybe twist around, so keeping the hips straight, twist to look over one shoulder, twisting just your shoulders. And let's move the other way. And the other way, so find a little rocking movement, spiraling through the spine. Keep on breathing. Alright, coming back to the center. Okay, so making sure the feet are really grounding down. And we're going to drop the head towards the chest. Follow it down, let the weight of gravity draw your head down as you roll down towards your feet. Okay, half lift, lengthen your spine, bring your palms to your shins, inhale. Exhale, fold over again, so we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold on over, keep your knees bent if it feels good. Inhale one last time, half lift. Exhale, fold on down, plant your hands down, step it back to a high plank, pressing into your fingertips, into your palm, drawing your pelvis long, belly button lifted. And drop those knees down. So make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, moving into cat-cow. Inhale, reach your chest forward, tailbone up, big stretch. Exhale, rock it back up again, belly button lifted up. Inhale, reach it forwards. Exhale, roll it on up, feeling the stretch in your back. Inhale, feel the stretch in your belly as you reach forwards. Exhale, lift it up. One last time, inhale. And exhale, roll it on up. Okay, so tuck your toes. You don't have to if you don't want to. Try it out, see what it feels like. We're going to sit back onto the heels. Clasp your hands together. Make a little clapping sound, wake yourself up. Really clasp those fingers together and start rolling out your wrists. So press your forearms together, your palms together, your wrists together, and warm up those wrists with a few circles. Alright, reach on up. Feel the stretch in your side body, really lifting up high. And we're coming back to tabletop. So this time, your hands, your fingertips facing outwards. Again, wrists underneath the shoulders. And we're going to move around the wrists in a few weight circles, just warming them up a little bit more, finding that weight into your hands, into your fingertips. And breathing, finding the connection with the ground under your hands and under your feet as well, your knees, grounding down. Alright, bring those fingertips facing back forwards, rocking backwards and forwards over the wrists. Good. One more time. And coming back to center, let's walk those hands forwards, finding our puppy pose. So inhale, keep the legs lifting up from the knees to the hips in a long line. Inhale. Exhale, let the chest sink down towards the mat. And we're going to add a little movement here. You can stay here just sinking down with your breath with every exhale if that feels good for you. Or roll on up, scoop up the belly, come on forwards, weight over the hands. And then exhale, lift your hips up towards the sky, drop down that chest, so rolling through. Adding some movement just to wake up. Inhaling as you roll forwards, exhaling as you sink. Keep on breathing, feeling the breath move you, coming into your body, tuning into what you feel like, what you want to do, and how your breath is this morning or this evening or whenever you are practicing. Sink down completely one time. Staying here for a little bit. See if you can wriggle out your toes, maybe move your fingers. Really release any extra tension on the very ends of your body. Release the tension in your forehead, in your neck. And come back up. Step out into plank. Wrists underneath the shoulder blades. And we're going to take a Vinyasa Flow. So drop your elbows in, Chaturanga, press up, inhale, upwards facing dog, reach up high with the chest. Exhale, rock it back, find your first downwards facing dog. We're not going to stay here though, we're going to roll forwards, high plank. Tuck it down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, rock it back. Downwards facing dog one last time, warming up, roll it forwards, inhale, high plank, exhale, drop it down, elbows close, inhale, upwards facing dog, exhale and hold, downwards facing dog. Keep it breathing, press into the palms, the fingers, see if you can ground down your heels or feel the energy drawing your heels down, spread out your toes. Draw your shoulder blades away from your neck, long spine, and breathe. Alright, so from this down dog, lift up your right leg towards the sky, trying to keep your hips square, just reaching your heel long away from your neck, long line. And then we're going to bend the knee and open out the hips. Try and keep your shoulders square to the mat, just opening out those hips. Breathing, pressing down to your fingertips. Alright, bring that knee in towards your chest, tucking it in into this one-legged plank. And then bring that knee down to the mat. Turn the foot out to the side so that you're turning to the side, find your gate pose. Reaching long and away, finding the stretch in this side body. Yet again, here we are. Alright, so see if you can make sure that this hand, the supporting hand, is underneath your shoulders. And we're going to step on out into side plank. So you can stay here or step out into side plank. One foot behind the other or one foot on top of the other. Finding the strength here, lifting up with that top hand. Scooping up the belly to keep the spine long. Keep on breathing. And then we're going to see if we can step forward. So either you can come back to gate pose and kneel forwards, or lift up this top leg and step it forwards. Roll on out. Find your warrior 2 on the left side. Good. Find reverse warrior. So reach it back, reach up and open. Really moving into this plane of movement of the side body. Good. Let's move to a reverse. From reverse to extended, so either forearm to the thigh or behind the foot or in front of the foot on the ground. Reach up and over, whichever feels good for you. Come back to warrior 2. Let's take a few pulses just to warm up this thigh. Inhale, lift up the leg, draw your hands in. Exhale, press it out. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, move with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale. Exhale, press. One last time. Inhale. Exhale, press it down. Now make sure you have room in front of you. I'm going to shuffle a little bit back. Maybe even a little bit more for me. Bend into that front leg. Reach your hand forward. See if you can find this half moon balance. So, one hand down, hips open, the same hand as leg down, lifting up with the other leg, reaching long and away. So the hand can be planted flat, it can be up onto the fingertips, wherever you feel your balance is today. Maybe the back leg is still on the floor, and you're just tapping, seeing if you can play with the balance. Alright, bring both hands down towards the mat, or keep them lifted. Keep both hips now parallel to the mat. Find your warrior 3. Arms lengthening in front of you or behind you or still on the mat. Again, playing with the balance. Adapting it to you and what you feel. Not judging yourself for anything. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, down dog, take a Vinyasa Flow or stay here and stretch it out. Let's roll forwards if you're taking the flow. Chaturanga, elbows down, lift it up, upward facing dog. Exhale, press. Downward facing dog, let's repeat on the other side. So this time, the left leg lifted, one-legged dog. Well, three-legged really, we've got our hands as well. And then we're going to open it, bend the knee, open the hips, keep the shoulders square, twisting into the spine, opening out the hips. Roll it forwards, tucking the knee into one-legged plank. Bring the knee down, open it out, find your gate pose. Moment of stillness on the ground, but still reaching long and away. The foot lengthened, the arm lengthened. And then making sure the supporting hand is under the shoulders, stepping back into a side plank. Maybe looking up if you feel an extra challenge on the balance, but always keeping in mind how your neck feels. Looking forwards and looking down if it feels better. Alright, so either kneeling or lifting up the top leg, step it forwards. Roll it on out. Warrior 2 on the right side. Plant down to the feet, spread out your toes. Take a breath. Reverse warrior, reach it back along the lengthened leg. Reaching up and over, still drawing that pelvis in. And coming forwards, arm to the thigh or to the ground, reaching up and long. In the other way. Let's come back up, take those pulses, inhale, lift it up, exhale, let it go. Inhale, keep it moving all the time. Always moving, always feeling where your body is, knowing you're not a static object, but always a moving, changing existing creature. Feeling your body. One last time. Exhale, press it out, shuffle the foot in so you've got space to reach outwards. As you reach down, find the mat with your hand, step on up, release the back leg into this half moon balance, hips really opening out to the side of your mat. Keep breathing. Hips coming square to the mat, reach your arms forwards or behind you if you can, or keep them safely grounded and ground down. Whatever you need. Alright, plant the hands down, step it back. Find your high plank or press into down dog. If you're flowing, move it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, press it back. And looking forward, walk to the front of your mat, toes together if you can, heels a little bit further apart. Half lift, lengthen your spine, exhale. Inhale, let's bend the knees, squeeze the thighs together, reach it up, chair pose. Sitting down, grounding down, finding a moment of stability after all of that movement. And lengthen up, hands to heart center. Alright, so close your eyes for a second, adjust what you need to. Take a breath, resettle in to where you are, where you feel. And then we're going to keep moving. So, let's move into tree pose. We're going to start on the right leg. So what you're going to do, lift on up the foot, either bring the foot to the ankle, the calf, skipping the knee joint to the top of the thigh. And move back forwards. Try not to fall. Okay, so ground down the bottom foot, hands to prayer position. Lifting up in the spine, but you can maybe drop your hips down a little bit to find that stability, find the grounding feeling of the tree. Have a little go at closing your eyes if you're feeling like it. To really feel that underneath foot. Maybe just blinking a little bit slower than usual. Alright, so tucking in the knee. Either reaching the hands down or out in front of you. We're moving back into that warrior three. So we're reversing our earlier movement. Reach on out, feel the heel that's in the air reaching away from your head. Drop down your left hand the same as the leg and open your hips out. Half moon pose. So yeah, like I said, reversing that movement. And then stepping it back. So both heels, both feet long, both legs long. The back heel turning in a little bit with the foot, front foot reaching out to find this triangle pyramid pose. Reaching the back hand, so the right hand behind your back, trying to loop it around. And we're reaching up and over with the left hand, reaching away from the front to the back of the mat into this reverse triangle. One inhale. Exhale, let's move it forwards into extended triangle. So reaching your arm down towards your shin, your ankle, reaching up with the top hand. You can loop your toe with your first two piece fingers, that big toe, reach for the ground, or you can just rest your hand onto your ankle to find this strength in your side. Alright, bend the front knee a little bit. If your hand's not on the floor, reach it down now. Reach it a little bit further forward so that you've got a long line between your hand and your back foot because we're stepping back into side plank. Now I want you to see if you can plant down the top foot, if you're quite stable in this normal side plank, and release the underneath leg. Reach it forwards. See if you can loop it around the standing leg. So looping the underneath leg around the top. Reach the top hand away from the feet, up and over. Alright, reach that looped leg back forwards. Bring both hands down to the mat. Scoop on to down dog, keeping that underneath leg lifted. Reach it up towards the sky. Good. Alright, walk it forwards. Reach it forwards, that underneath leg. So tucking the knee in to that one-legged plank. Step it in the middle between your hands and your feet. Reach it forward, see if you can find your warrior 3 again. Bend the underneath knee, see if you can step into chair pose. And reach it up. Mountain pose, hands to heart center, take a breath. We'll repeat on the other side. So, left leg into tree, heel up, to the ankle, to the calf, to the top of the thigh. I'm going to move back around, try not to fall. Hips reach it down, so see if you can make the hip of the leg that's up into the same level as the other hip, but reaching up with the spine. See where your breath is. If you can slow it down. And then we're tucking that knee in. Reaching the hands forward, reach the foot back. Warrior 3, balancing in the air on the other side. Bring the right hand down. Open out the hips. Half moon pose. Really lengthen the foot away from the head. Bend the underneath knee, step it back, looping this back hand around the back, reaching up and over, reverse triangle. Keep on lifting your belly so you can feel your back, pressing straight against your forearm and not moving away from it. Alright, reach that top arm forwards, lengthen as far forward as you can, and then move into extended triangle, reaching the top arm up, or you can even have it just on your hip, opening out towards the world and the sky. Keep on breathing. Pulling up your knees, not sitting into those knee joints. And then bending forwards, reach your arm forwards and find your side plank. And again, see if you can step directly onto the top foot and release the underneath foot forwards. Keep on breathing. Lift up the belly button and then see if you can loop that leg around the standing leg, reaching up and over with your arm. If you need to come down, take that time for yourself. Don't feel pushed or pressured. Really feel what you want to do. Alright, reach that leg back forward if you're following me. Hands down. Step it back to down dog with that underneath leg lifted. Good. Alright, loop that knee back in towards the chest. One-legged plank, scooping it in, stepping that foot down, in between the hands and the feet. See if you can lift back into warrior 3 one more time. Long spine, bend the underneath knee, step into chair pose. Almost done. Exhale, stand up straight. Great work. Alright, so moving down towards the ground, towards the end of our practice now. So spread out your feet further than hip distance apart, turn your feet out And then bend down, reach your hips back into squat pose malasana. So reaching your arms forward, reaching those hips down, past your knees, relaxing the head, the neck. Really press down the feet, spread out the toes, relax everything down. Take any movements you want. We've been moving quite a lot over the last little series, so don't just stop immediately. Keep it moving, keep it flowing as you slow down. Alright, if you want to, reach on up with your spine, chest through, elbows towards those knees, pressing the palms together, reaching the chest through towards the palms. Feel your body still flowing with the breath. One more inhale. Exhale deeper. Relaxing into the ground. So you can stay here in Malasana, or if you've practiced crow pose before, we're going to go into that. So pressing the palms down, reaching the knees into the upper arms above the elbows towards the armpits, or a little bit lower on the outside of the arms if that feels better for you, or directly onto the arms, reaching the weight forwards, playing with lifting one foot, scooping up that stomach to keep supported, lifting up the other foot, finding your balance, bringing your toes together, lifting your heels towards you. Find the balance. Pressing into the hands. And when you're ready to come out back into Malasana squat pose, relax the neck, relax the shoulders a little bit more. Everybody meeting in Malasana. And then reach the hands forwards. Bring the knees up, step it back, high plank, we're taking a flow. Elbows down. Reach it up, inhale. Exhale, press back. Downwards facing dog. Okay, good. So we're going to reach up the left foot, reach it towards the sky, maybe bend it, see if you can bring it towards your head. And then scoop it in again. Knee towards the chest. And see if you can step forward in between your hands, dropping the back knee down, untucking the toes, reaching up with the arms, maybe clasping them if that feels good and supportive on your shoulders, or keeping them open to this low lunge, releasing the hips. Lift the gaze a little bit if you feel that openness in the chest today, or keep it low, keep the hands planted, and really ground down, whichever feels right for you in this moment. Keep on breathing. Alright, plant the hands down. Lengthen the hips back, lengthening the front leg, flexing the foot into this straddle pose. You can even come down onto your elbows and lengthen your spine over your leg. Keep feeling that breath, releasing, moving. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. Walk your arms around towards the inner side of this leg and keep on moving around into your gate pose. So tucking that back leg in to the side. Good. Alright, see if you can bring that underneath supported kneeling leg, the foot in further and sit behind it. Square up your hips, find your seated pose with this right leg tucked in, left leg lengthened out in a nice angle. Reach your arms wide, inhale. Exhale, fold it sideways over that extended leg. Keep both sit bones planted down, reaching up and over. Finding whatever movement feels good for you. Slowing down the breath, each exhale, feeling the release. the change in your body. Just letting it happen. And then move back up with your body, swing your legs around. We're going to repeat on the other side. So step it back into down dog. I'm going to turn around so that I can still face you guys. Alright, lifting up the right leg this time. Reach it up towards the sky, maybe bend the knee and reach it towards your head. And then scoop in that knee towards the chest. Plant the foot in between the hands, drop the back knee, drop the back toes, and reach it up. Really spread out those front foot toes, planting down, and trying to keep this knee really reaching forwards, not falling off the side and rolling out over your ankle. Make sure your knee is facing the same way as your foot, and that your ankle is further forward than your knee. Feel the space in your chest, in your stomach. And then we're going to reach those hands forwards, lengthen the front leg, sitting back into the heels, reaching down if it feels good. Relax your neck. Alright, reach back up onto your hands, walk your hands onto the inside. Come into your gate pose, moving that back leg in. Really feel that you can reach that hand as far away from that extended foot as possible. Lengthening out, getting space here. And scoop the underneath foot in, sit behind it. Finding this tucked in, lengthened right leg, seated pose. Arms lengthening, inhale, reach the arms wide, reach the head up high. Exhale, folding sideways over the lengthened right leg. Only a few more poses now, so slowing down that breath. Alright, reach it back up with the body, and instead of rolling around, bring the bent-in leg to join the extended one. Wide leg forward fold. Make sure you have room, and then inhale, exhale, walk your hands forwards, as far forward as feels good for you. You can even reach your legs out further into a split pose if that is what you want to do. Don't feel pushed to do anything more or anything less than what you want to do. Tuning into yourself and what you really want. Relaxing the head, relaxing the shoulders. Deep breaths. Know that we're not going to get back up off the floor or back up onto our hands, so really settling down towards the end of the class. Maybe grab a jumper or a top if you took it off to keep warm as you cool down. Alright, sit back up, bring your legs in and keeping them wide, but plant your feet down, sit back onto your hands, and then move knees to one side and then the other like windscreen wipers, releasing any tension or cracks in your hips, in your lower back. And just moving, not worried about what it looks like. Moving any part of your body that you want to, maybe even wriggle your toes, your fingers, move your head side to side, roll it around. Okay. Moving towards the front of your mat, roll all the way down. You can release your hair if it's in the way, take some time, and then hug those legs in towards you, holding the backs of your thighs underneath your knees, taking a little rock side to side. We're going to take a twist, so arms coming out into a T shape, cross the right thigh over the left, bend the knees, let the legs fall to the left side, look over your right shoulder for an extra twist. Deep exhales. Move through center, uncross, left over right this time. Legs falling to the right side, looking over the left shoulder. And coming back to center, one last pose. So we're either going to take happy baby, reaching for the outside of the feet or the big toes, or even the ankles, bringing the knees down towards the sides of your body, or you can hold onto your shins and drop those legs a little bit more and sit in this variation of happy baby, whichever feels good for you. Relaxing your back down, sinking into your mat, releasing your hips. Deep breaths. Very last pose. Before we move into Shavasana, as we will now. So dropping those feet, lengthen the legs out towards the corners of your mat, further than hip distance apart, arms reaching up for your head for a moment. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, release everything. Bring your hands towards the sides of your body, leaving a little bit of space between them. And bring your awareness to your breath. Feeling it move through your body. Releasing any residual tension. Feeling how you feel now, knowing that now is the only moment. Letting whatever you feel be felt. And then letting it go. Taking a few more deep breaths to finish your practice. Then when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, roll over onto the right side, lengthen the top leg, and come sitting up into a cross-legged position. Hands onto your knees, settling back into yourself, coming back into the world. Alright. So thank you for joining this practice with me today. I hope you have a really good rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you again next time.